Total Smith here. Make sure y'all subscribe to my boy Downtown Deuce ASAP. Come on, man.
Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Destination restoration. Yeah, Detroit. Destination restoration. Yeah, it's our time. Can you feel the elevation? We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination. Together all the time together. It's us against the world, it don't get no better. We turned it around, that was the beginning. Coming for the crown, you know we winning. Time to put in the work, I'm about to go berserk. Taking our prisoners, it's my time. Yeah, I know that it hurts. Tearing back on the church, you don't wanna see me in my prime. The mission is to ring, we're caught in everything. In the city, supporting the dream. Vision new I never seen, we deserve to be king. It's all or nothing, no in between. The clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Now the clock is ticking and I hope you're listening. Don't touch me cause I'm sizzling. Physicality is tipping and mentality is menacing. The dog pound body's crippling. Yeah, feel the elevation. We on a mission on vacation. Time to create the separation. Championships and motivation. 313 need no explanation. Miss me with all that conversation. We ready for the confrontation. Counting down to our destination. The final destination.
What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Downtown Deuce Show with the boss. Hope you guys are having a decent night tonight after the holiday, after that game. As you guys can see, we are joined by our guy, E. Vinny, a.k.a. is what we call him, E. Vinny, Eric Vincent, beat writer for Clutch Points for the Detroit Pistons. And he's joining us tonight to talk about this game. How y'all feeling? I'll let you go first, boss.
I'm disappointed. I'm sad. Again, it started off so well, and then I think it was the worst I've seen them this season since at least the first week.
What about you, E?
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Yes.
I'm glad it's holiday season. That's the only thing that's got me, high right now because I'm so puzzled by what we just saw, man. That was really disappointing. But let's peel into it.
We definitely gonna get into it, man, for sure. Chat. Glad to have you guys here with us as always. Hope you guys had a great holiday, as E mentioned. Okay. So we're gonna get into this game, and without further ado, you guys already know if your comment, just repost it, caps, super chat. We appreciate you guys for sure. Before we start, boss, you want to get to your quick PSA and we'll keep it going?
Oh yes, guys, we're still doing the 50% of all super chats will go to the Holland Group Foundation for the holidays. Just running through the new year, just keep extending Christmas a little bit. You guys just have come in really big. We've hit over $250 so far to donate, which I think is just huge, and that's just in 7 games. So
for sure,
we're just going to keep going and appreciate you guys. And again, let us know if you make a donation outside of the chat so I can include you in the big thank you shout out. But yeah,
absolutely appreciate all you guys' support, man. It's been great so far. All right, so let's get into this game, man. So guys, tonight the Pistons see their 3-game winning streak, 3-game winning streak snapped in a wild loss tonight to the Utah Jazz on the road, 131-129, and they dropped to 24-7 now, 24-7, right, on the regular season, and they dropped to 2-1 on their 5-game road trip. As far as the injury report, we did get some good news. Ron Holland, who missed his last 2 games with a left knee injury, he returned, which was good to see for him, and he did have an impact on this game. Good to see that Ron is healthy. It looked like, it could have been something a little bit serious with the imaging and things like that, but it's glad it wasn't anything with that. So with that, we're going to get to some initial thoughts. And boss, I'm going to let you kind of tee off on what you saw from this game tonight, and then we'll move to E.
Yeah, basically what I kind of already said. I love the first half. I have so many positive things to say about the first half.
Yeah.
The second half was really rough. I think that we just had zero perimeter defense. No perimeter defense. None. No contested threes from a very good 3-point shooting team.
Yeah.
Which was just tough to see. We just looked discombobulated. Really didn't look like ourselves. We were doing well on offense in the first half, which helped make up for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we just weren't doing good on either side. And I questioned some of the decision making at the end of the game as well. But yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to run some scenarios through my head of why this happened. But this was the game that I chose that we would lose to. I thought we would go 4-1, or 3-2 originally, to the Blazers and the Jazz. So this was kind of the game, and that's what happened. So we'll see.
I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this boss, bro. Like usually she's all like super bubbly and positive and smile on her face. I gotta readjust to this new version of boss right here. Even after losses, she's not usually like this.
I'll say I know. I'll say nice things, but that was just, I mean, no.
Tee off.
It
was
Yeah,
like
really
the
bad.
bubbly side trying to come out, but then it's like smacking his head out. Like, nah, we're not happy today. We're not happy today.
No, truly. Well, as we get more close into specifics, you'll see both sides, I'm sure.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. E, holla at me, dog. What did you see in this game, bro?
Yeah, man. I see shout out everybody that's kind of tapping in on my Twitter right now at I am Eric Vincent. There's a lot of questions right now, a lot of people asking a lot of stuff. And I feel everything that y'all are saying, man. I feel a lot of the frustration because this is a game that Utah, after dominating in the third quarter where they scored a 40-piece, they tried to give every opportunity possible to hand this game back to the Pistons in the fourth.
Yeah.
And when they had the opportunity to do so, they just blew them repeatedly with bad, missed opportunities on defense, open looks on offense. And it seemed like for whatever reason, like for me, granted, it's a make or miss league. You know, you're not going to make everything you have. And Keontae George and even Kevin Love and Napoleon Dynamite, Laurie Markin, and they were just hitting tough shot after tough shot. It happens.
Gosh.
I
Idiot.
I gotta hang this specifically on JB Biggerstaff. He must know something that we don't know because I'm really questioning a lot of decisions he made. You cannot watch Keontae George go off the way he did. You leave your two best perimeter defenders off the floor on the bench with Ron Holland, who played really good towards the end of the game, and Asar, who was basically invisible all the second half. I don't know. He must know something we don't know. I really wish I could get y'all some information on the road, but I don't travel on away games. But I'm hoping the other guys do because it's inexcusable to leave Asar on the bench the entire fourth quarter. But hopefully he has an answer because that kind of ruined the game and their opportunity to close this win.
Man, I think you made some good points there, bro, for sure. I want to first, before we go any further, get to this super chat from my dog, Dominic, always showing love. Man, like clockwork. We appreciate you, brother, as always, man. Dominic says, during foul trouble, make your free throws, 2 bad turnovers under 2 minutes, not subbing Ron, Stu, or Sar for depth with Cade at the line, and Ivy's mystery minutes. Man, all that to say, Utah's cursed for the Pistons. Get us the hell out of here. Yeah, man. Like, that kind of goes into what I was going to say, man. Great points there from Don for sure, man. I felt like this game, it was one of those games. It was just one of those perfect storm games where everything is going right for them and everything is going wrong for the Pistons. Like, starting with the free throws. They shot 95% from the line, bro. 96% from the free throw line. They shot 25 for 26 from the free throw line. Boston, a good point. They shoot 84%, I think, overall as a team on the year, which is still really, really good for any team.
And second in the league at attempts.
In attempts, right, exactly. But 96% is insane.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the Pistons shot 65%.
It was 57 before Cade's made 2, or Ron and Cade's made free throws at the end.
Yeah. So everything it was just one of those games. Like, we were losing challenges except for the one at the end. We didn't get the benefit of the whistle. You had guys nearly making contested shots behind the backboard for the Jazz. Like, that shot almost went in. Like, it was just one of those games. It felt like the Pistons were the hunted tonight. It felt like the Jazz had this game circled on their calendar. They were even playing defense down the stretch in ways that they usually don't, right? They really wanted this game. And also, like, I was just watching the flow of the game. the Pistons weren't able to get out and run the way they usually do.
Yeah.
They were taking the ball out of the basket way too much in this game. They did it in spurts where you would see them go on a 2-minute, 3-minute stretch of getting stops and then they quick timeout and then they kind of like they would lose it again. They would kind of lose their focus again. But it's just overall, it wasn't a consistent game as far as to how they want to play the game from my perspective. What about you guys?
I agree. I agree with that. It just, I agree with the free throw shooting point. It was just bad. It was kind of like we were having our worst night. I think Johnny Kane said it was our season low at 57%. So far. And then of course they were having a great night there. And then, some of these other mystery things and the transition for sure. We got it to our pace a little bit in the first half and then just played to them. Yeah.
And then even in the first half, like we were up 68, 67, but even still, that's not the pace you want, right? Like we were winning the game because of our offense. We shot 58% in the first half and had 23 assists in the first half. That's good. But defensively, you don't want to try to outscore a team like Utah. And even post game of last game, Asar, who didn't play much tonight in the second half, last game, he looked up at the scoreboard and said, man, 127, we gave away too many points. We got to do better. And I was hoping to see a better effort tonight consistently. We just didn't see it.
Yeah.
You just didn't see it. So with that, guys, we'll go to the bottom. Eric, you got something else, bro?
Yeah, no, I was just going to say Pistons are the second worst free throw shooting team in the NBA, 29th ranked. I think the only team worse than them is Milwaukee. And it seems like, again, maybe JB knows something that we don't know about the guys. We know historically through this season, he's been really leaning on the guys that he seems to trust in these crucial moments. And I feel like he's been kind of going away from some of the hot heads. Like, again, we're going to break down some of the players that, played how they played tonight. But I feel like this was supposed to be a night where you're supposed to lean on the guys that are playing at their best right now.
Right.
Like, some of the guys that were not really, I think, kind of put him in a tough spot. And instead of making some needed changes, I think he just kind of went back to the well thinking that they're going to figure it out, and it just didn't happen. So, this is, a loss is a loss. But, again, when they had so many opportunities to kind of get the game back, that's what makes it so tough and, a little more tough to swallow.
Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Like, when you're in a 5-game road trip, depth is important. Like, I feel like we really didn't play to our strength as far as just using our depth, because a lot of times you would see when the starters would sit down, our bench guys would be the ones to often get us back into it just with their energy, right? And on a 5-game road trip, you need everybody. So I was disappointed, just like you, bro, not to see, certain guys who were playing well get the opportunity and be rewarded for that. So we'll get into that. Let's get into the box score, Boss and E. Let's start with Cade. So tonight, guys, Cade finished with 29 points on 10 for 19 overall, 3-6 from 3, 6-9 from the free throw line, 5 boards, 17 assists. I'm going to venture out and say that's a season high.
Not 18 is his season high.
Is 18 the season high? Okay. Okay, so he
Mexico
almost...
City game.
Who?
Mexico City game against the Mavs.
Dallas. Okay, got you. Okay. And he had 4 turnovers. So he had, was that a better than 4-to-1 ratio, which is good. 2 steals, 2 blocks in 37 minutes. E, I'll let you run it off for us first, bro. What did you see from C2 tonight, bro?
I liked what I saw from Cade. I didn't realize he was dishing so well in the first half. I think he had like 13 assists to kick off the first.
Yeah.
Wasn't super aggressive, but he was efficient with his jumper. Like, I don't know what it is with Cade, where his first 3 always goes in, then after that it kind of just goes up and down.
Yeah.
I liked how aggressive he was to get into the hoop. Had some really nice dunks. Utah's a tall team, so he was going in the paint, being really aggressive, and I like seeing that side from him. He's getting to a point too where I don't want to say he's foul baiting, but he's initiating a lot of contact to get himself to the free throw line. But bruh, if you're gonna want those foul calls, you have to make your free throws.
Yeah,
the refs are very finicky. You were up against Scott Foster tonight. He was saying on the end of he was sitting on the floor after he chucked up that last shot. And, he didn't get it. And it wasn't really a good look that he threw up, but it looked like he was more focused on initiating contact than trying to find a good look. And I didn't even look at it like, oh, how could they not call that? Nah, that just wasn't a good look by him. And it wasn't enough contact to force their hand either way. So it was a good game by Cade. I liked his numbers. Just some spots where I'd like to see him a little bit more polished and clean.
Yeah.
And even in the fourth, like he had some good looks as well, but I think he needs to be a little bit more polished in certain spots, especially in terms of his free throw shooting and some some better looks in terms of his fourth quarter shooting, to be honest.
How'd you feel about the play call on that last call?
I mean, it was only 2 seconds, so it really wasn't a whole lot of time to do much. So I wasn't mad at it.
Okay.
I didn't think he was going to get that call. I didn't mind him being the one to shoot. They were down. Was it a 2-point game or a 3-point game?
2-point game.
I didn't love him shooting a 3, to be honest. I wanted to see him kind of get a little bit closer, but I just thought they could have did a little bit better with the shot selection in terms of the 2 seconds.
Real quick, that was right. That was my only thing, because usually on the road you want to try to get out of there if you can. So I'm not mad at the 3, but once you see you got a smaller guy on you like that,
right,
I would have liked to try to see them get some look closer. Go ahead, boss.
Well, for me, like Eric was saying, I think Cade is much better about creating space, and instead he went for the foul.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he used, he just kept dribbling to the right. If he just cut back and dribbled left, that would give him enough space to at least have a better shot.
That's what I was thinking.
So I agree with Eric there. I understand why they went for the 3. It's like if it was like maybe one more, like 3 or 4 seconds, I could see them trying to go for the 2. JD wasn't very reliable. He had his ups and downs tonight in terms of offense and stuff and getting and the paint defense. But yeah, I liked what I saw from Cade, but I agree with Eric in the terms of the last play. I think he was looking for contact more or something, like a little bit of a bailout.
Yeah.
I don't know. But that's why this vibe of the game just felt so off. And again, he finished with 17 assists, which is amazing, but he started the game with 13 at the half.
Yeah.
Which then again shows that there was no ball movement, or, it either shows no ball movement or we weren't making our shots, that he was on assist. But to me, it just shows no ball movement in that second half. And so, but overall, I mean, Cade did fantastic. He's just started off super well. He did Cade things. I didn't have a lot of notes on him because he just looked like himself. He had the nice coast to coast dunk in the first, and then he had that deep 3 in the third that helped keep in momentum. But yeah, I don't know. It just wasn't enough, which is like for a 29-point, 17 assist night, that's crazy that it wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I'm with you guys, man. I thought he's really started off great. He started off great. I think he finished okay. Well, could have finished a little bit better down the stretch, but I felt he had the first 5 points of the game, and he had eight assists in the first quarter. So he did have a nice disrespectful in and out dunk in the first quarter on the break, in case you missed it. So
at the ball.
Yeah, I love it. It seemed like he was like whenever they try to go on a little run, he would try to instinctually just try to kill the momentum and make a play like that, which I like to see. I do also feel he could not get a good whistle tonight.
Yeah,
there was a lot of times whether he was going to the rack or even shooting 3 balls, he got smacked on the 3 ball, knocked it down, and didn't get a foul call.
Well,
but yet they were calling him for like inadvertent calls, just where he didn't even see the guy. He knocks the guy over and call a foul. Like, go ahead, boss.
That's what Eric said. But again, like if you're going to get to the line, you got to make your free throws. He went like 1 for 4 in his first 4 free throws. That's Then if that's not working, then you need to go for the basket, and you can't complain.
Yeah, that's true. That's definitely true. Go ahead, B. Or go ahead.
These are one of the performances. Like, Grant, I don't like watching this guy play, but the Knicks were down, I think 20 or damn near 20 yesterday against the Cavaliers, and Brunson put them on their back and just came back. Those are the kind of performances you want to see from a superstar. You got to leave no doubt. You can't be missing fourth quarter free throws. You can't be having sloppy turnovers. He's had some really ugly like passing turnovers the past couple games that have kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
So you just want to see him kind of clean some of those kind of possessions up, because especially in a team like on the Pistons where you don't have other star power around you, so they're going to lean on you as much as possible to be the guy. And it was a lot of possessions that he kind of left some plays on the floor, and I think he just needs to get a little bit better and more polished with that.
Yeah, I agree for sure too. I think down the stretch he had some bad plays. He took a low percentage fadeaway, and then he had a bad turnover on the pass in the corner to Karis LeVert. Yep. Just uncharacteristic, from him as far as that. But you're right, that has to be cleaned up a little bit, especially down the stretch of games. To his credit, he's been one of the best fourth quarter players, especially the back half of the fourth quarters as far as his clutch scoring and making plays. So I'm not going to go too hard on him for, tonight, but he does have to be better down the stretch of games for sure. And that's pretty much all I have for him, man. Like he tried to put the team on his back, but down the stretch, we just couldn't score. We had like a 3.5 minute stretch, I think, boss, of just not being able to put the ball in the bucket. And that was tough to see too. Tara says, hopefully Sar's okay. He hit his head pretty hard. Where did he hit his head? I didn't see him hit his head.
Same.
I thought he was in the doghouse tonight, honestly.
I thought him and Paul Reed made too many mistakes early, and JB said, never mind.
That's kind of how I felt too, because we didn't see any more Paul Reed either, despite the foul trouble. So
yeah,
keep an eye on that for sure. I would have liked to see more of it, so we'll get to him. But let's go to Duncan Robinson, guys. Tonight, Duncan Robinson had 14 points on 5 for 10 overall, 4 of 8 from 3, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 block in 26 minutes. So I'll start with you, boss. What did you see from Duncan tonight?
I thought Duncan had a good game overall. That's a good stat line. 5 of 10, 4 of 8. Like, that's pretty decent. Did you see at the end he was asking coach if he wanted him to sub in?
I didn't.
Yeah. So at the end, the last at the free throw, I think there was like a minute left. He was asking coach if he wanted him to sub in. And
okay.
And so that's when I was like, I would rather have seen Stu for defense than Asar, because Stu might have gotten that stop on Keontae. We don't know. But so he was eager and ready to be out there. I thought he took some clutch moments. He had some good defensive plays as well. He had the 1 block. And I think he had a block, and then the guy, I forgot who was on, but rebounded it and scored it again. He just didn't have any help to help the second time. Yeah. I think overall, like, this is a decent dunking game.
What about you, E?
I think it was the second or third quarter we started heating up. He's been getting a lot more aggressive with shooting through contested defense, which I really like from him. And he's been moving really well without the basketball, which I really like. Again, there was some zone that was thrown by the Jazz against him, and I think he did a really good job of kind of answering that call. I wanted to see him play a little bit more in the fourth quarter. I think the guy who subbed him out, who we're going to leave names for now, I think it was kind of a mistake. I don't know. I think he was just giving him a little bit more. I think Duncan is doing a good job of picking his spots, finding areas where the Pistons need them. And he bothers me a little bit sometimes. Like, that floater that he tries to put up is not really consistent yet. The game before, I think he tried a left-handed layup, and I kind of held my breath. I'm like, oh, that's why
I saw that too. Yeah.
But he was okay. It was a pretty good game by Duncan. Again, he's kind of in a weird spot sometimes with kind of his substitutions, but I thought he was pretty good for what the team needed tonight.
I thought he was pretty good, man. I really did. Like, on both sides. Like, he actually hit his first 3 threes in the first quarter. Like, he didn't miss in the first quarter. And so it seemed like it was going to be like be one of those kind of nights for him where he just had it going. And like you said, I would have liked to see him more later. And he's showing more of that playmaking ability, man. Like, a lot of times you've seen guys close out hard to him, and like E said, like shooting through traffic. He's not only doing that, but when those closeouts come hard, he's putting the ball on the floor more. He had a few more nice passes tonight, just finding guys. So, and then defensively, I thought he was solid. He made some good plays. Boss, you mentioned the play where he kind of almost forced a turnover and let his guy get by him, but there was no real help there after that, or the help came too late and then swing, now guys open. But I thought he was pretty good from what you would hope to see from Duncan overall. I mean, I thought he didn't play a ton of minutes either. That's the thing. Like, 26 is solid, 14, 5, and he shot 50% overall, giving us, anytime we get a block from Duncan Robinson, I'm happy. I'm happy. I'll take it, right? As far as just the effort. So I think he's pretty solid tonight. That's just me, but I think he was okay. All right, guys, let's move to Asar Thompson. This is crazy, right? 8 points, 3 of 4 overall, 2 of 4 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, 16 minutes, guys. 16 minutes. That is 5 fewer than any other starter. So, E, let me swing it to you first, bro. Asar Thompson, what did you see from him tonight, bro? Or what didn't you see from him tonight?
I didn't see him in the second half at all.
Facts.
I don't know what happened at all. I don't think he was great. He did a good job on the glass in some spots. He has a habit of still missing some layups that he shouldn't be missing. But I like how he's been a little bit more aggressive with finding and initiating his shots. I said it on my stream, like, even if you're not making the shots, bro, you're way too athletic to be driving in the paint and not do anything with it. So at the very least, go get some contact and try to knock down some free throws. So I do like that he's been more aggressive in that aspect. I need some answers out of JB, man. This is just it's a lot of puzzling things that happened tonight that I don't really like. I can't give a fair assessment on what we saw from Asar because he should have been playing in this game. Even if he did, like it didn't look. He wasn't wrapped up. He wasn't in the locker room. He was just sitting on the side. He's not on a minute restriction. I'm just confused by why we didn't see him. Like, you cannot have Keontae George go as hot as he did in the fourth quarter and your best perimeter defender, one of the best in the entire NBA, doesn't sniff the court while he's on a heater in the third or fourth quarter. They scored 44 points as a team in the fourth, and you just letting Asar rest like that. That is just odd to me. So I want to give him a bit of an incomplete, to be honest with you, because I just think he left a lot on the table, and I don't really blame him. I kind of put it on JB. Hopefully he has some answers for it, but I'm just really confused by the handling of Asar's minutes tonight, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro. We didn't see him enough. We didn't see him enough, man. 16 minutes for your best perimeter defender is just not enough. So unless something is going on that we don't know about, that can kind of explain that, I'm kind of confused as well. I thought he did a lot of good things, man. He was a great cutter tonight. He had some nice finishes. He did miss a few, to Eric's point. But he also, guys, had, once again, some careless turnovers. And they the ones that I saw, all of them came off him trying to create off the dribble. And that is not Asar Thompson's game. That is just not his game. Him trying to put the ball on the floor and then swing through, that's too many times he's losing the ball or getting it taken away from him when he tries to do that. He's, like I always say, he's best when he's catching and finishing, not catching and creating. That is not what you want to see him doing. But he got put in those situations. I don't want to see him go one-on-one. I do not want to see one-on-one basketball from Asar. But once again, bro, I don't think that warranted him not playing at all in the fourth quarter, bro. I'm very confused. I really want to hear what happened, if anything, with that. If we don't hear anything about that, I'm going to be really even more confused, bro. So y'all know E is the person to go to. He's probably going to be the one that has access to eventually be able to ask a question if he gets the opportunity. So, but for now, we'll just kind of leave it incomplete, like Eric was saying, because it's just not enough information. But I do think had he played more, this could have been a different outcome. For sure, just from the defensive side of the ball. So we'll leave it there with Asar, and we'll go, guys.
Well, you forgot about me, but I basically...
My bad.
But I basically have nothing else to say other than I'm confused by it. The turnovers were bad. Those were really the only notes I had on him. Yeah. They were really bad, but they were early. And so if you get... And again, guys, and we're going to get to him, but I just hate seeing his name in every other comment. But LeVert actually had our highest plus minus, and I thought he did really good except for late turnovers. So... And we'll all get to him, but let's just, every time we lose, the first one to blame is LeVert, and I'm not.
So you can't get baited. You got to see it and keep it moving.
I'm like waiting to put up a comment about what's going on with this conversation, and it's all just LeVert. It's like, hey guys, let's drop
ignore the chat and ignore the chat then. Okay. Ignore the chat then.
You don't want me to put up comments? Fine, but
no, you can put up the ones that work. But ignore the negativity.
That's what I'm trying to do. But anyways.
You're not succeeding.
No, I'm not, because there's none. Yes, the plus minus doesn't necessarily matter, but we do call it out every now and then. So, but anyways, Asar, the 6 rebounds and 8 points, and he had our high, what did I tell you? We had 5 free throws in the first half, and he had our highest percentage at 50%.
Yeah.
So it's just ridiculous there, but same thing. I'm kind of interested because he had 2 personal fouls. It wasn't foul trouble. So I don't know. Because I could see why Paul Reed might not get a second chance, even though when you start off, anyone can start off kind of bad early and make up for it. So it's just interesting.
Yeah. Very, very strange. Okay. So we'll leave it there on Asar. And guys, we will go to JD. JD tonight, guys. 11 points on 5 for 7 overall. 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 4 boards. 4 turnovers in 21 minutes. Boss, I will come to you first.
I feel like I've been up and down with JD, but tonight
he's kind of been up and down a little bit though. Just just being fair about it. So what'd you see?
I just didn't like it. There were a couple times we saw it happen a few times in the game where he would grab a rebound and bring it down, but not hold on to it. Again, this just cannot happen if you're a big guy. And again, he's coming off of two in a row 2010 games, and this is what he can do. So when you're out there doing 11 and 4 and your first 2 fouls were swiping at Markkanen, come on. Last minute.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
Your arms up the entire time until the last minute. You decide to swipe.
Yeah.
And then he was doing his whole what about it again? And you mentioned it to me too. Get back up the floor. He was kind of just, I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
I even told you, I was like, the altitude. I don't know, like, what
Yeah. I mean, you know what? The more I thought about it, you might be onto something. Go ahead.
But the Wolves just put on a show against the Nuggets, and we have a higher altitude in Denver than in Utah, So
they're used to it, though, aren't they? But then aren't they kind of used to it in Denver?
Yeah, I mean they're in the same
Minnesota. Okay.
Oh no, not the same division, but yeah, they are same division. Sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just not a good game from him, and he had a couple like where he made like 3 in a row, I think. But then to do that and then look back, he only had 11 points, and I can remember a 3 in a row stretch. What were you doing? What were you doing the rest of the game? So I don't know. And I don't think he should have been in the last few minutes. I think it should have been Stu for defense.
Yeah. Yeah. E, what'd you see, bro?
This is one of the games that really frustrated me about JD. I've been saying it all season, and he really bothers me with those top of the perimeter ISOs where he's dribbling way too much. I'm tired of seeing that from him. I really am. Because again, like Boss said, he brings the ball low and he's getting stripped every single time. And I'm sick of seeing that from him. If you're going to catch it from there, shoot the ball. Shoot that midi that you like. Operate from there to be a jump shooter. I don't like dribbling from as far as he does, trying to get to the hoop. Like, bro, you got blocked by Kevin Love today. That's completely unacceptable. That's 100% unacceptable. I want to see him catch the ball from the paint in. You want to dribble from there, that's fine. But he shouldn't be dribbling and operating from as far out as he is. Like, this seemed like one of those, remember those Andre Drummond days where he would have a 20-20 game and then he'll give you a night like Dre or JD did tonight? This is like what it kind of felt like to me. I was really disappointed with a lot that I saw from JD. He has some good contests defensively. He's getting a little bit better in terms of his perimeter defense, even though I think Kevin Love and some other guys that were getting hot should not have been getting hot. But yeah, this was definitely one of the more disappointing games that I saw from Jalen Duren tonight.
Yeah, I feel like he just couldn't get in the rhythm because of what Boss mentioned with those two fouls. Like just not disciplined defensively.
Yeah,
right. Just trying to go for the home run play defensively because you think you got a quicker hands than the other guy. Once you get the first one, you can't do it again.
No,
back. Yeah. So I think that kind of hurt his momentum. He seemed like he was just kind of out of the game. He tried to get back into it in the third quarter, but once he picked up another foul, it's like he just, I don't want to say he gave up because he didn't give up, but he didn't have that same mentality that he had and the same focus that we're used to seeing him have. Yeah, like if we're going to talk about guys like, Cade, who's improved his defense, moving his feet. Asar has improved his moving his feet. Jaden has improved his moving his feet. We got to talk about everybody. And tonight, JD was not one of those guys who moved his feet and played with his hands up instead of trying to play a little bit lazy defensively, because we all know it requires more energy to move your feet than it does to use your hands. Eric, you hoop, right? Yep. So, and you use a hoop too, boss, right? So we all know like it requires more energy, right? But he just didn't show the effort that we're used to seeing him defensively, and I think it really affected him on both ends, along with just being in foul trouble and not being able to get into a flow. So one of his bad games was a stinker. He's been playing really well as late, like he mentioned, boss, 10 games back-to-back before this one. So bad game, right? We just hope it doesn't continue, and we want to see these habits kind of go away over time as far as defensively and discipline. So,
and I think what also just sticks out, because again, it was a bad game for everyone pretty overall, especially as a team in the second half. But what sticks out is like it was kind of a bad game from the start for him. Like a lot of guys played, almost the whole team played great in the first half, and then it kind of just tapered off as a team effort too. But him, it just wasn't, like you said, wasn't there really at all. So.
By the way, guys, we have somebody who is really big on the political side of hoops as far as, bets and stuff like that. He's in here every time there's something going on that doesn't look right to him. He's like, why didn't this happen? Why didn't that happen? What was the spread? So I see you, the beast. I
saw him going up and down with some comments, though. He was throwing me.
Yeah. He's the one. He's the one of our community who always has his eye on that. So I got to make sure I acknowledge him. Because, I do think sometimes, you never know what's going on, right? But I got to make sure I shout him out because he always shows love for sure.
Gotta have the tinfoils. One tinfoil,
you know what I'm saying?
In the comments. It's all
right? Always. So we see you, bro. All right, man. Let's go ahead and go to our last guy in the starting lineup, Tobias Harris, guys. Tonight, Tobias Harris, Uncle T, gave us 16 points on 6 for 13 overall, 1 of 5 from 3 from the free throw line, 7 boards, 4 assists, 1 steal, in 27 minutes. E, I'll come to you first, bro. What'd you see from Uncle T?
I like Tobias tonight. I think this is one of his. I think he was probably the second or third best player tonight for the Pistons. Really wanted to see him hit that final three that he took in the fourth, but I think he played an overall pretty good game.
Yep.
Had a really nice finish with Cade on a transition left-handed layup. I think in the third or second quarter, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
He did some good things. He was in a tough spot with JD being in foul trouble. So he had to, deal with the size of Utah. Again, they had a lot of big dudes in their front court, and they made a point to kind of hunt him out in the post. And he struggled a bit in the third quarter, but I think he did a good job of making them defend him on the offensive end. So I did like that from Tobias. Again, not a huge game from him, but I think he did a good job of kind of responding when the team needed him most. Again, he's going to give you some kind of, up and down games and whatnot, but I think this is a really good complimentary game that we saw from Tobias tonight.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, bro. I feel like he was solid. I really feel like he was solid. He did what we expect to see from Tobias Harris. As far as just being solid on both ends of the court. He was pretty efficient. That's what you want to see from him. 6 for 13, you'll take that. He couldn't get the 3-ball really rolling. And one of the big ones he missed is what Eric just mentioned, that late one. I think that would have put us up 1 or at least tied the game.
Yeah.
We just could not seem to tie the score.
Anyone.
We just kept chipping away. But once it got tight, we went through that 3-minute stretch of not being able to put the ball in a hoop and just exchanging misses with them. And that was tough. So, yeah, I don't really have anything bad to say about him. I thought he was solid. He did enough for us to win this game.
Yeah.
It's just we didn't get enough contributions elsewhere. So we'll leave it there on Uncle T, guys, and we will go.
Forgot about me again.
That's twice, man.
Wow,
Damn, what you doing?
My bad, bro. You know what it is, man. This loss. Listen,
I'll just catch you when I'm back.
This loss got me messed up. I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Now the beast is in my head, so now I'm trying to think about what he's saying too. So I'm just coming to you every time, ladies first. That's what we're gonna do from now on.
Boss.
Go ahead, boss.
Okay. I mean, I agree with Eric. I think he had a solid game. He's just been really reliable and consistent for us. He gets reliable offense again early.
I feel bad now.
It's okay. I'm just sitting here listening to you. I was like, I wonder when the transition's coming.
I'm tripping. right. I'm tripping. My bad, Joe. My bad.
But yeah, we seem to run early offensive plays for him to get started. He makes some of our first points usually. And he had a vet move when the Jazz had the momentum. He just took the ball, got an early shot at the free throw line just to slow it down. Like he was just like, I'm just going to take an easy shot and get this going. So a lot of vet presence from him. And yeah, if his 3-ball was going down, I mean, he's been very helpful in the clutch as a vet player. So I understand why he was in there. I wasn't mad about that in terms of the lineup, but I think it was a solid game. I did mention to you you saw him get frustrated with Duren, and it was because Duren was out on the perimeter guarding Nurkic, and so then I think him and Tobias switched. I think Tobias was on Nurkic, and then Markkanen made a cut, and Tobias had to catch up with Markkanen, but then Duren went up high instead of staying down low, and so then Markkanen's going to beat Tobias. But if Duren was there, maybe because Duren's defense has been iffy. But I saw Tobias get, kind of frustrated with him. Like you need to be there to help.
Yeah.
But like you said, there's a lot of big guys on the Jazz, so it was just a matter of size as well. But I saw him back some guys down. He was a good unk tonight. I wish we got the win for him and Cade.
Man,
I just love his warm ups. Like he gets so like they call me unk. Like, have you seen yourself? You tuck in your shirt. You put your crew socks over your pants.
I'm screaming.
You look like Unk out there.
He warms up to 90s hip hop. Like, yeah, he can't beat the allegations.
You know what I'm saying? No, there's no way he's gonna. I think he's just leaning all the way in now because there's no way he's gonna beat him going forward. Yeah, so it's all good. He's taking it, embracing it willingly. Sean says, can't complain about Asari and GI minutes when Deuce is trying to take all of Boss's minutes. Hey man, I'm about to put myself on the bench, bro. I'm about to sit myself down like Ji and Asari got sat down for sure tonight. For real. My shot is off. My efficiency is terrible. I can't get no steals, no stocks. What's going on? Shooting 1 for 10, 6 for 9 from the free throw line.
Feeling like Ivy over here. Like, what did I do?
But it's all good though.
With the rock. Throw me the rock. Throw me the rock. No,
swing. No
sorry.
swing.
No swing.
I'm gonna swing it to you first going forward. I promise. Man, but I agree. Like, it's funny because like it's easy to get caught on those switches if you don't rep it out in practice. And it seems like they probably have, and I think that's why Tobias was so mad. And it's funny because JD didn't even argue it. He didn't even argue it. When Tobias was getting down, he was just like, kind of turned his head and walked away. He knew. So it just wasn't a good defensive game from JD. But it's good once again to see Tobias being the guy defensively to call it out, because he's not known to be a defender, but once again, he's buying in. So that it's good to see him doing those things as far as defensively as well. We've seen JD do it with Asar. We've seen Stu do it with JI, right? So we're seeing all these guys hold each other accountable, and I do think that's a good thing. So we'll leave it there on Unc, and we'll go to some bench guys. Quickly, we'll go to Paul Reed, boss. He played 4 minutes, didn't really play too well, 0 for 2 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 blocks. 2 blocks in 4 minutes is actually crazy. I think it was back-to-back blocks too. So what did you see, boss, from B-Ball Paul tonight?
I think you're muted up.
You mute yourself? Yeah, I see your thing flashing.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
I'm taking myself out of the game.
You didn't think I was going to come to you, did you? That's why you was like, oh, I'm good. Don't even worry. Go ahead.
Stand in the corner over here.
Go ahead.
But yeah, I think, he wasn't in there for long. I don't know really what he did. Oh, he missed a couple shots, I think, or just one, but that's kind of what I think, just let JB take him out. But the 2 blocks were huge, and they just kept fighting for that rebound. So I just saw the effort from him, but then he went out and didn't really come back in. I don't know if it was as clean. I thought we would see it more, because I was hoping for more Duran Stu lineups together out there with all the big guys they had, but we'll see more of B-Ball, hopefully. Appreciated the effort. I mean, again, 2 rebounds, an assist, and 2 blocks in 4 minutes is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
More than JD did, so.
Yeah, it was puzzling. It was puzzling. We're not going back. We're not backtracking. Don't make me go on Unc now like you did on me last time.
No, I'm not.
What'd you see quickly from B-Ball Paul, if anything, bro?
Yeah, I thought he was going to be a little more impactful. When Duran is in foul trouble, you need some energy from B-Ball Paul, and I think he was just a little lacking. Again, I don't know if it's, the lack of, consistency he kind of gets in the rotation, but normally that doesn't affect him, so I can't really give him that benefit of the doubt, unfortunately. Thought he'd be a little bit better. Hopefully down the line we can see some better ball from him, but kind of quiet night from B-Ball Paul.
Yeah, my theory is he didn't play a lot because when he was in the game, he was giving Lauri Markkanen way too much space.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Behind the line, like multiple times. He wasn't in long, but multiple possessions. I saw him just, especially the last one where he got caught in the switch where it was miscommunication, and he was under the rim and Markkanen was out at the 3-point line. He didn't even run out to challenge him. He kind of assumed he was going to shoot it and just kind of stood there.
That wasn't Markkanen. I think that was
that Nurkic?
Nurkic. It was Nurkic.
Yeah. So it got switched to him, and he just kind of stood there. And then Nurkic said, okay, let me gather. And then once he gathered, then Paul Reed tried to get out there, and it was too late by that point. So that happened twice. Not to that extent, but it happened twice where he got left wide open. I'm wondering if maybe that was why he got pulled, but that's the only thing I could really look at. But didn't see too much from him, man. Just 4 minutes. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens next game. Go ahead, boss.
That's what I would assume too. But again, our lack of perimeter defense as a team would make me think that almost wouldn't be enough to pull him, because a lot of guys were just slow to get to the outside.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. It wasn't just him.
I agree that I think that was why his minutes weren't extended.
Yeah. All right. So we'll leave it there, guys. On Paul Reed, we'll go to Isaiah Stewart. Isaiah Stewart tonight, guys. 4 points on 2 for 7 overall, 0 of 2 from 3, 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 turnover, 3 blocks in 26 minutes. Boss, what did you see from Stu tonight?
Yeah, the 3 blocks were huge. I know him and Nurkic have a pass. That's why Nurkic is on my list. So it was annoying to see him get dunked on by Nurk, because like the last guy wanted to dunk him.
Yeah. Didn't he get blocked by him too?
And he hung him up. Yeah.
Yes, that too.
Man.
Nurkic won the battle tonight, sadly, but we'll see him again. But actually, no, we won't. Then we played them.
Yeah, we played him twice.
Yeah. Well, maybe Jokic can take care of Nurkic for us. But maybe not. It was just, this is not the best stat line for Stu. Usually he's a little bit higher on points. At least he's been getting those hook shots, but getting shots off at the rim, and that wasn't really created tonight for him. He did pretty good on defense. 2 of 7 is pretty bad. Misses 2 threes, but we don't really, we're not expecting him to take those. He took them when he was open and just off. The 4 personal fouls, 1 turnover. Yeah, I mean, just not his greatest night, but I appreciate the defense when he was out there.
Yeah. But you, E?
Yeah, I think that 1 block that he had early in this first half kind of saved a lot of his night, because he wasn't really good. I don't think he missed a lot of those like touch floaters and hooks that Boss was just talking about offensively. Had another 3 that was kind of big in the second half that he missed. So I think that was kind of a big part of my disappointment, to be honest. And then a lot of the fouls that allowed Utah to come back in the second half and the third quarter was due to Stu. So I wasn't really impressed with a lot of thought that I saw from Stu. He's definitely got to be a little bit better, especially coming off, I think, the last game where he had 17, 18 points. He's got to be a little bit better from what we saw. It was just on both ends of the floor. I wasn't really impressed from what we had from Stu.
Yeah. So I definitely, this is one of those nights where I wanted to see, why I want to see JD and Stu. Right? I mean, you got Nurkic and Markkanen up front.
Right.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I love Tobias, and he played a good Tobias game. But these are the types of matchups that I'm talking about with why I want to see the two big lineup going forward, period.
Agreed.
Right? Especially once J.I. is back, which I think is coming soon. But this is why I think we need to see bigger lineups. It's because it's hard to guard when they have all that size in there. Nurkic is 7 feet, and Markkanen is 6'11". So it's to have JD, who's shorter than both of those guys, as your center, and then not having another big who's 6'9" or taller, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough sledding. So that was one of the reasons why I wanted to see that lineup. And I also think that's part of why Stu wasn't as good as he should have been defensively, and JD wasn't as good. I think that's why JD was in foul trouble. It's not having another big with him, like I mentioned before, to kind of help him. And I think that's why Stu struggled as well defensively, because I think he and JD only played 3 or 4 minutes together total tonight. Total. I don't see how they played 3 minutes together total when you're playing against 2 near 7-footers for most of the night. That to me is confusing. So
I think it's foul trouble a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's what caused it. It's just not having each other on the court.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why
because even without Nurkic, I think we talked about it already. Some of the teams we'd want a 2 big lineup. When me and you were even talking about it as a situational thing early on, not knowing how it would look. I think even just preseason. But if it wasn't Nurkic, it would have been Kessler and Markkanen. It's still big guys, and so
it's just tough when you don't That's why I want to see it, man. We gotta go bigger, bro. We have to go bigger.
That's why I thought Reed was in pretty early, because I thought that they would use him and then bring in JD with Stu, and that's just not how it played out. And I don't know if it's because of the way Reed was kind of slacking on defense, like you mentioned, or if that wasn't the plan all along. But that's what I was sensing from it.
Yeah, and then once again, we didn't see enough help to help Stu. We would see Stu come over to help, but we would not see helping the helper. They would just get putback after putback, and you see Stu get demoralized and put his hands up where you at?
Yeah.
I think those kind of things bother him, guys. I think when he doesn't have that help, when he's showing help, it kind of messes with him. And I saw again tonight, I've seen it all season, right? But again tonight, you see him, if you see a putback dunk, just look at Stu. You'll be to see his whole countenance just drop. Come on, bro. We worked on it. We talked about this. But once again, I think if you got JD in there with him, that doesn't happen. I think if you got Stu in there with JD, the foul trouble isn't there. So I'm hoping at some point soon we've been talking about it for a while, guys. At some point, I hope we do see that switch. It may be running concurrent with Jaden starting. Who knows? Just for the offensive production we talked about with the bias, all that. But I hope eventually we see both of those guys in the starting lineup, just to have a more well-rounded lineup on both sides of the basketball going forward. But overall, Stu didn't play. That's not the only reason he didn't play well. I do think this is one of his, not so good games in the season that we're accustomed to seeing him play. So a lot of things went into it, but yeah, it wasn't a good game from Stu. But we'll leave it there as far as to why we think so. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and move it along to Ron Holland, Dog Pound Jr., guys. He had 11 points on 4 of 6 overall, 3 or 4 from the free throw line, 6 boards, 3 assists in 19 minutes. Boss, what did you see from LaRon tonight?
I loved what I saw from Ron, especially since we missed him the past few games. I think he played the Ron way. He played with effort. He was, getting up and down the court, just super fast. Let me see if I have any specific notes on him. Yeah, he hit his first bucket at the rim, then secured the defensive rebound the next possession.
Yep.
And then he had a block under the rim. I don't know who it was. I forgot who it was, but he blocked them. And then in the third, he lost the ball. That was that crazy shot where he lost the ball in the air and it still went in anyways.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That one just made me, smile, because that was before we gave them the lead. So I was just oh, so silly. These silly guys. But then it just kind of goes to show up some of the lack of just the basics that we were just missing tonight. Some of the off things, that not in sync stuff. But I liked what I saw from Ron, and I'm excited. Oh, and in the fourth, he had that really nice bounce pass to that Stu slam. He just timed it perfectly and to get it to Stu right where he needed it.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that from Ron, and I'm excited to see him against the LA teams, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be fun. Even, what'd you see from Ron?
Yeah, you could tell how much Ron was missed for the
Exactly.
Pistons. Even when they were winning, you just see and you could tell in the spots where they needed him. Like when they were reeling and Utah was pushing forward. When you throw Ron in there to play a little bit of defense, to get a little grimy, you see how much of a connector he can be in transition. On defense. Like Ron has so much value. Like I was kind of going back and forth with somebody on my stream. Somebody's telling me that they think he can be a 20-point a night scorer. I don't know if he's ever going to be that, and I don't think that the Pistons really need him to be that.
Like 16, 17 his peak, maybe?
Maybe, yeah. He got to run out a few more areas of his game in terms of his creation. But for right now, he's doing exactly what they need him to do. I think he's still one of their better defenders. I think he did a good job tonight. I really wanted to see him more in the fourth quarter. We'll wait for who we're going to talk about later. But I think he did a good job for what was needed. Again, I liked the way he was filling up the stat sheet. Good job scoring. Again, he just does a good job of knowing. It seems like whenever you see the areas that they're missing, he always is the one that kind of is filling in the holes to pick up the Pistons where they need him most. So I liked what I saw from Ron. I think he gave him good energy tonight, like he usually does.
You hit it. Well, let me get to this first. Spiral Triggered says, Ron was good tonight. I wish he closed and defended on the ball at the end if we didn't waste a timeout on the challenge. Man, that's a good point too. Good point too. Yeah, it was.
Oh, the one on Dennis where the
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a close one. I didn't know how that was going to turn out.
Bang, bang play.
And Greg Kelser even said something about it. Everyone has their philosophies. I'm just not unless it's a close, super close, like last 2 minutes or crazy momentum shit. Out of bounds challenges shouldn't be your challenge. Challenge fouls, challenge stuff like that. Don't challenge out of bounds because then, it's just kind of not worth it because you could have just made a steal on the inbound and then it would have been fine. Yeah,
it just seems like we kind of got burned where we've used it too early and needed it late. It's happened a lot. Seemed like the past couple of weeks.
Recently he was doing good. He was doing good at not challenging as much.
So it is what it is. But E, you hit it for me, bro. He was missed. He was missed, man. Like you see just his imprint on the game. He leaves his footprint on the game for sure. I love his ability to be able to board and push. To rebound, I know, your camera does not like you tonight, boss, for sure. I don't know what you're doing.
Right now.
And it's giving you some around the horn treatment. Like you get muted, you blurred out, like all kind of stuff.
No one wants me here is basically what
Man, no, we want you here. We all want you here. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. But yeah, his ability to board and push, just rebound the basketball and go. I love how he does that because he's another guy who can help us get out in transition. He's an underrated passer too. You mentioned, boss, the pass that he made to Stu. He made a few passes like that where he just caught it and got rid of it quick. Just made the right quick pass where he would take a step, get downhill, and find K for open three. Like just quick movements, quick decisions. I love how it doesn't stick with him. The ball does not stick with Ron Holland, man. He's not thinking. He knows where it's supposed to go. He's just reading and reacting.
Yep.
I love that about him. He just is a mover of the basketball, and he encourages player and ball movement. And as far as player movement, the way he's cutting to the rim now, you mentioned the boss where he kind of lost the ball, but it still went in. Yeah. He's looking like a star. At first, I was like, is that a star? Oh, that's Ron. Oh, he's cutting really, really well and moving very, very well without the basketball, man. So I just like how he plays. He really encourages how we want to play as far as getting out, but also in the half court, just continuous movement, moving the ball, moving himself. So I thought he played really, really good. Was really happy to see him back on the court, man. So yeah, nothing bad to say about Ron tonight at all.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave it there, guys. Okay, now let's go to Karis LeVert. I see you guys, like, boss hasn't put up a lot of comments, so I'm assuming a lot of them are about Karis, and that's why. So we're going to get to Karis so we can get to some more comments after this, so boss won't stop ignoring all the Karis comments. So let's go to Karis LeVert, shall we?
I'm not going to bring up Karis while we're talking about a star, okay? But
let's go to Karis LeVert, shall we?
I know you guys, everyone's going to be mad about the end of game possessions, and I understand it wasn't his call. It was JB's call to put him in. He started the game super well. He really did. Like, hold on.
Let me get a stat line. Let me get the stat line first. She's taking off quick. Let me get the stat line.
You said, boss, go ahead.
No, I said let's get to the stat. I said let's get to Karis LeVert. See, look at her. See, she's getting on me. See, let me get it out first, please. Thank you. All right. Karis LeVert, guys, had 11 points on 4-6 overall, 3-5 from 3, 1 board, 4 assists, 3 turnovers, 1 steal, and 1 block in 20 minutes. So what did you see from him tonight, boss?
So I think the worst thing on the stat line was the 3 turnovers, and they came at awful times. That's that one in the back was really bad. It was a bad turnover. But otherwise, like, he's at 11 points, 1 rebound, which usually I feel like he gets 2 or 3, 4 assists, but canceled out by the 3 turnovers. A steal, a block, 4 of 6 isn't bad shooting. 3 of 5 is great from 3. But basically, he was 3 for 3 to start the game in his shooting. And then he had that big triple to help the momentum switch in the third. And then I saw he had played some good defense on Markkanen. He had made Markkanen miss. He had an air ball, I think. And then, I think he did pretty well there. I would have liked to see, instead of LeVert, something like an Ivy on the court in the final moments. I think the LeVert's defense was good, but not good enough to keep him out there during those moments where we really just needed offense, because and not that he went cold, because again, he was 4 from 6, but he wasn't really getting any shots off later. And again, he started the game 3 for 3 and then ended the game 1 for 3. So not terrible there, but I think he was just out there because coach put him out there. And but it's not, I don't think it's all on the turnover was bad, but I wouldn't say it's all on him in the final minutes, because we also went scoreless for 4 minutes. And there were a couple of questionable baskets by other guys during that time that don't include him. So I understand why people, that last turnover was really just gut wrenching. It was bad. But Cade had a worse one earlier, just different timing. It would have been worse if the timing was as critical. But otherwise, I wasn't mad at LeVert's game. More just so questioning why he was in the, especially I think after that turnover, because we had about a minute left.
Yeah.
You can put someone else in. So that's my thing. But that was more on JB than him.
Yeah. Holla at me, bro. What'd you say? By the way, guys, he sent me a audio message right after the game, which is what encouraged me to ask him to come on. I ain't gonna repeat it, but he was not happy. So I'm sure he's gonna share some of that with you guys now. Go ahead, bro. What you got to say?
Yeah, man. Karras is walking a very fine line with me. He's a veteran, so he's obviously gonna be really important. We saw how important guys like THJR and Beasley and Tobias were last year. So you see and need your vets to kind of help stabilize with a young group. But he's getting on my nerves right now. I'm with the people. I'm really bothered by how much JB has leaned on him over these past several games. And he's just been more underwhelming than he has been productive, in my opinion. Like, that turnover he had was brutal, but it wouldn't have been as bad if he hasn't had like 3 or 4 other ones through this West Coast road trip that have been just as crucial.
Good point.
Utah was on a stretch where they weren't able to make a field goal for, I think, 3-4 minutes, something like that.
Yep.
And his turnover gifted them that ability to even get the score back. So he has been really kind of just underwhelming for me. I don't think his creation, his self-creation has not really been that good this season. Like, it just seems like really stagnant and robotic and awkward now. Like, he'll gather, and then like that last step he takes so long to get there, and then he's missing a lot of the shots now. Like, the first half where he was hitting his shots, they were catch and shoot looks, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of his like prowess early in his career was being a really good just self-creator. He doesn't have a lot of that anymore. Like, I just don't see the polished, poise that we're used to seeing from a guy like Caris LeVert. And I'd really, knowing that we saw guys like Ivy play some of their best basketball, Ron giving them really good energy. I'm really been underwhelmed from what I've seen from Caris, because again, when you lean on your vets, they're supposed to be the ones that help take you home. He's supposed to be one of the biggest names that take pressure off of Cade Cunningham offensively, and I don't think he's really doing that, man. I've been really disappointed with what I've seen from Caris, and I'm not going to bite my tongue on that anymore. I think a lot of people have been patient with that. I think the fans have every right to be as frustrated as they have been, because he is not living up to the bill for what the Pistons have needed him to do, unfortunately.
I think that's very fair, bro. I think that's very fair. To me, I say it a lot, but it felt like a tale of two halves again.
Yeah.
The first half, he was really good. Like you mentioned, it was a lot of catch and shoot stuff or catch and finish stuff, because he was moving well without the basketball as well. Yep. He was cutting. Kate was finding him under the rim for easy layups and stuff like that. As an initiator, bro, I think I'm with you. I don't think he has the same ability to get down the hill as he usually does or has. And we know that he's out there in large part to be a secondary playmaker, but to also take pressure off of Cade. And a lot of times when he's out there, I'm seeing them kind of like say, okay, we see you, double Cade. Like they're not even paying him a lot of attention, which is a big reason as to why he's out there. So for me, that's a problem. That's why I like seeing different guys out there who we'll get to later. But I don't think he draws enough attention away from Cade while he's out there to garner as many minutes as he's getting. It's like if that's the case, I'd rather just have Duncan out there and to knock down shots, right? Because at least he's knocking down shots. And right. So that was the biggest thing for me. I thought defensively he was solid, but the turnovers late, the decision making late as a veteran, you can't have that.
No,
can't have that. So that, along with not giving Cade enough room and drawing enough attention away from Cade, is why I'm like, I don't see why he's playing so much. So that was the thing for me. I think you guys made some great points as well, though. So
yeah, and I have to agree after hearing your explanations just about how he is supposed to be a vet presence out there to help these young guys. Because then I also was thinking, like, you know, what would it be? Because, you know, some of these guys, JB should have put in a different lineup. Like, what if JB did put in the momentum builders, like a Danis and a Ron and them, and they were flailing out there? Then would we be like, why didn't you put out your vets? So it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of a hit or miss thing, but I definitely agree with that. In the moment that we brought him here for what we need him, and that's when we really need him to show up. Like, yeah, right. Again, he went for three for three to start the game, and that's awesome. But then we need you to keep that in the crucial moment. So I think that's a really valid point, because that just seems to be why he's in, and his defense is solid, but then he needs to be able to help us on offense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. How many minutes did he play tonight? He played 20. So yeah. Go ahead, E.
And see, for me, when I was watching Duncan tonight, even when Duncan isn't making some of his shots, I appreciate how decisive Duncan is with some of the looks that he's getting. Like, sometimes the floaters aren't going in, sometimes the jumpers don't go in, but they're quality looks for him, whether they go in or not. I feel like when I feel like when Karras is dribbling and trying to create something, they're not decisive enough, and he's holding the ball a little bit too long, and it's not creating the looks that you want from other people, especially when he was billed to start the season as, hey, he can also be a point guard as well. And I don't really think he's been that great at that, along with this lack of consistency in terms of his self-creation as well. Yeah. I don't know. He's been leaving a lot to be desired, to be honest with me, you know, as the veteran that this team is needed. So I don't know. I'm not happy with what I've seen from Karras lately.
Yeah, I think the last thing for me, out of all the guys, it seems like when I watch him play, there is no true definition as to who he is and what he does for this team.
Right.
Like, what is your job? What have you been doing consistently game to game to game?
That's what
go ahead, boss.
I agree with that. Just in terms of, he either gives us a great offensive game or a great, like, he's either shooting great or he's playmaking great or he's defending great, but it's never like consistently across.
Yeah.
He's not making his crucial shots while he's also being a great defender, you know? So yeah, I agree with that.
Especially late in the game. Yeah.
And I just wanted to say this is kind of sums it up for me as well. Because it's kind of how I feel. As I actually like Karras. I just hate the way JB relies on him so much for some reason. So again, it's like the reliability, like Eric was saying, like, this is when you need to be showing up and you're not. So.
Yeah. And I want to go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, just especially in the fourth, that's really where my biggest frustration has been. He's had some pretty good first, second, and thirds, but in the most important spots, when they're trailing and when they're losing, he's supposed to help out, and I just don't think he's really been that good, to be honest.
Valid.
That's a great point, bro.
Valid,
That's a big reason why you have vets on the floor late in games, is you know they're gonna make good decisions. So I'm with you there. And Michael says he had 4 assists. True, he had 3 turnovers though. It's not. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's good, but that's not a good ratio, especially when you make them. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just looking at the assists because Cade had 17, and then the next most were 4, and 3 different players had them: Tobias, Ivy, and LeVert. Okay. And Tobias had no turnovers, Ivy had 1, and Karras had 3. So right. So it's basically like 4, 3, 1. You know?
Right. Correct. It's not a good. Y'all know I always talk that assist turnover ratio. Y'all know y'all probably sick of me saying that, but it's important, right? I mean, I'd rather you have 0 and 0 than have 4 and 3. You know what I'm saying? So, so I think we'll leave it there. I think you made a good point too, boss, as far as just the reliance on him. We're not saying he's not a good player or anything like that. It's just, I think he's being asked to do too much, especially late game situations. So we'll leave it there, guys. Anything else in that, boss?
Nope. Just hoping, I always say, you know, that he bounces back next game. I think he will, but now I'm just curious. You know, Eric brought up a good point. Now I just want to see what he does to improve himself in clutch situations and when we really need him.
Yeah. Okay. We'll leave it there, guys. Let's go to Javonte Green. Javonte Green, guys, tonight had 8 points on 3-6 overall, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 3 steals in 20 minutes. Boss, take off on Savage. Whoa.
Yeah, Javonte, Mr. What You Need, the 3 steals, the 1 assist. I think he did great on defense. He had 3 fouls, which is high for him, but he had like 2 early, which is unusual for him.
Yeah.
He had that one. Didn't he foul someone on a 3-point shot too?
Yes, he did.
I hated that call.
There were a few of those tonight, by the way.
Yeah, Danis, Javonte, someone else too. And so obviously that gets frustrating, but I bet that he's just more frustrated in himself too. And he's definitely a guy who, he can create his own stuff and he helps create momentum, but when they're in the flow of things, they really build. And when he was in, we just couldn't really get into a flow either way because we relied on him more in the second half, I feel. Because they had Paul Reed and Danis come in before even Javonte came in. But he, and then he hit those late threes. He wasn't really hitting any, but he hit those 2 in a row that were really
2 big ones. Yeah,
really big. And those were more. That was him and Danis kind of switching off threes.
Yes,
and that was just it. Unfortunately, we just handed them foul shooting because that was when we were in the bonus, like 8 minutes in the third. We just handed them free throws and threes to get back. But those threes at least helped the lead stay manageable.
Exactly.
What we're talking about, like it didn't really cut it for us, but it helped us stay manageable. It really could have gotten away if we didn't score those.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did good things. I would say like kind of how we talked about Ron Holland Sr. talking about how Ron would be frustrated with the game. I would say Javonte would be frustrated with his play today. And I don't think it's because he necessarily played bad, but I think he just thinks he knows that he can do better.
Yeah. Go ahead, E.
I think Javonte kind of played really good today. I liked a lot of the effort that we saw. I think he should have had 4 steals. I hated that last call that they had where he ripped Napoleon Dynamite, and he had an open layup going down on the other end, and they took it away from him.
I think that was on Merrick, actually.
Oh, is that who it was on? Okay.
Yeah. Because I just
clear steal.
So much,
yeah,
they
like when the replay, it was easy to see that was not and the ref was out on top of the play, bro. I don't understand. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, like Kelser said, it was just enough. It was like just enough to call the foul.
He had a couple like that too. Even the one where he contested the 3, it was kind of a ticky tack. Like that third quarter drove me crazy. I just came back on the stream and said, you know what, refs, I appreciate that y'all have made this a watchable game by not calling too many fouls. And Scott Foster said, oh yeah, Eric, watch this.
Oh my
They just kind of ruined the whole third quarter for me with a lot of the calls that they was making. But I don't know. I honestly didn't mind how Javonte played. I thought those 3s that he hit were huge. He had another layup in transition. That was a big spot for him as well. I thought he did a really good job of giving the Pistons energy when they needed it. Again, he's not really a guy that they don't draw plays up for him, but I think he's done a good job of picking his spots and creating opportunities for himself. I love what he said to start the season of wanting to find a home, and I feel like this has been a lot of the production that a team like the Pistons have needed from a player like him. And I kind of like the way that he battled out tonight. I think he played some pretty good defense. Again, the fouls could have gone either way that they called on him, so I'm not really going to kill him for that. But I think he did a good job from when the Pistons needed him the most.
Yeah, I feel like the effort was there as it always is. I just feel like some plays just were a little uncharacteristic where he just couldn't finish the play, right? Like one play, he had the ball stolen from him on the baseline, which is uncharacteristic.
Yeah.
And I sometimes like it's great when he gambles. It's great when he doesn't get the steal.
I was like, he hit for that one on Markkanen,
and he didn't get it, and that puts gives him a numbers advantage. So like I said it before, like I like it's cool, but for me, I get a little nervous when he does it because a lot of time he doesn't get the swipe. But I mean, he didn't have a bad game. He just didn't play. He's been playing really, really well all year. So I think this was just an average game. He made some big shots in that third quarter though. When we needed him, just like you said, just to keep it right at the 10-point mark, right below 10 points, double-digit lead. So I thought overall he was okay. It wasn't bad, but he could have been a little better, could have been a little worse. But he wasn't the reason we wouldn't have lost this game at all. Yeah, Mr. What You Need, coach, for sure. Yeah. I like that. All right. We'll leave it there, guys, on Savage Woo, and we will go to Jaden Ivey, guys. Tonight, Jaden Ivey had 11 points on 4 or 5 overall, 3 of 3 from 3, 0-2 from the free throw line, which is uncharacteristic. 4 assists, 1 turnover in 14 minutes, man. So, boss, I will swing it to you first. What did you see from J.I.?
I loved everything I saw from him. And I know that right now it's like minutes restriction, but like, what is the restriction? Because we've seen him play 20 minutes. We've seen him play 14 minutes. Like we've seen him say 8. Like, what's the restriction? Because he just wasn't, because we talked about it when we didn't see him in. I was like, well, maybe they're just making sure that he has time in the fourth because he's doing so well. And he didn't come in the fourth. But he had some of my notes, my positive notes for him were, sorry, I never take them on my phone. Oh, well, that first one was when he first came in, he found, instead of going up on Nurkic, he found Tobias underneath. Like he didn't panic. He didn't panic saying, I'm right on the rim. I have to get this up and try to get it over. Like he just was a little patient and got the ball for Tobias to score. He hit his first shot, which was the 3. He rejected Kevin Love, which was nice.
Yeah, that was a nice block.
Yeah. And then he did play in the third. In the third, he made that big 3 to help the momentum after the 12-point deficit. And then he found Javonte Green for a basket. He assisted in on the next possession. So he just played, super well tonight. 100% on, what was it? 100% on threes. Yeah.
Yep.
And then, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm ready for him to be in more. And so I'm just curious, like Eric was saying, I just want some answers of like, because I haven't heard if it's an official minutes restriction. Eric, you probably know, but I don't get it. Why? Because he's gone up to 20 minutes before. So I just don't really know. But I would have loved to see him just even in the third to help create offense. And then in those final few minutes, even if it was a minutes restriction, why not put him in for the last 2 minutes,
Yeah. Yeah. E, what'd you see from J.I. tonight, my dog?
That's my dog. J.I.
That's my
love
dog.
what I saw from you, man. I'm really proud of you, dog. Because we beating for you over here. Deuce has coined, the high VI that we are. We gonna rep for you, bro. But I thought he was fantastic because he's, again, while he's still playing within the flow of the team, he's showing a little bit of, I can actually do this again too. He's doing a really good job with his catch and shoot opportunity looks from 3, made with 3 triples. Was getting some of his own looks from mid-range as well. Really nice extra passes as well, setting up other guys in transition, which I really love. Yes. Again, I know he can create his own and be, an isolation player if he needs to be, but I like that he's not forcing it and still playing within the flow of getting other people involved in the same time. Yeah. And he's giving you a mixed bag of everything. The defense is still there, contesting shots, and, playing within the flow of the offense, in a consistent and efficient manner. I really like what I saw. I want to see some more transparency out of JB Biggerstaff or the medical team or whatever it is. Like, I've asked him a couple times, about what he's seen and, if they plan on taking the training wheels off, because in a game like tonight, you really could have used him over somebody like Karis LeVert. I'm sorry. I just think Ivy is giving you too much. His spacing was really well. I like the minutes he's playing with Cade. I think they're getting a rhythm again. Cade is the Deuce. You texted me about this the other day. There are a lot of times where Cade is kind of spoon feeding him the ball to get his confidence going, and I think it's working for him. Like, he's made a lot of tough, a lot of those left-handed up and under finishes in transition. Floaters above some of the tall trees in Utah. Like, I think he's done a really good job of showing that he can do a lot instead of just being, like, it's not like Duncan, where Duncan is great when he's knocking down threes. I think Ivy has shown that he can be productive in every aspect that they need. And a lot of people have ripped on him for, being the point guard, the initiator of the offense, thinking it should be Danish or somebody else. I think he's done really good at that. I think he's done good against the zone. I think he's done well against man. I'm really proud of the progression that we're seeing from Ivy, and I really kind of want to see some transparency on why he's not on the floor more, because the Pistons really could have used him and a lot of their young guns instead of JB leaning on the guys and the vets that he trusts and believes in instead of the hot hands that are playing the best for his team right now.
Yes.
I think that's a great point, bro. Yeah, 100%, man. I'm with you guys, man. Like, 3 minutes, he had 7 points on 3-3 shooting with 2 assists and a block.
Crazy.
Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Like, at this point, it's obvious. As I was watching the game early, I'm like, he's about to get that starting spot soon. I'm thinking he's going to have 25-plus minutes the way he's going. Like, and it was just confusing. He was an immediate impact, guys. As soon as he came into the game, every time he came into the game, it wasn't just the first time. Every time he would come into the game was when we were going that run. The 14-2 run we had to start after that first time out early was when he came into the game.
Yep.
In the third quarter, when he came into the game, after that sluggish start in the third quarter, we got it back into the game. Like, he was just that guy that was a spark plug along with guys like Ron, but he was a big part of that in both halves, man. And guys, any more questions about a shooting? Any more?
Dead.
We heard last year it was only 30 games. It's a fluke. 40% is not going to be sustainable.
It's
3 for 3
crazy
again.
Because the last game we talked about how we just got to see his speed, and like he was just, and then this today was just really amplifying his shooting. So now we have both pieces.
Right, exactly. And the defense, man, the way he is moving his feet on defense now, I have not seen him that I can recall get a foul from swiping at the ball.
Right.
I've not seen it, man. Like, when he's closing out, he's recovering well and he's moving his feet. It's like his hands are behind his back. Yep. He's not even like, he's so committed to that end. And because he's so athletic, he's got the foot speed to not have to reach. He's so fast. He doesn't have to reach. But even positionally, you probably seen the way he's just kind of shading the guy and his angles. It's different now. Like, you can tell he's been studying film. He's been watching guys and he's understanding how to play defense from a technical standpoint, not even just an effort standpoint. Go ahead, E.
Coach Burleson deserves so much credit for what you just said. He's watching a lot of film with him pregame. I'm seeing it every time I go to shoot around. He spends a lot of time. Normally, guys will shoot for like 15 minutes and then they go. Maybe they'll watch a few minutes of film. Ivy stays on the court with Coach Burleson for like 25 minutes, and they're going over a lot of areas that he can be better at. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of those improvements as well, especially off-ball defense.
Yes.
That's one of his biggest problems in his first few seasons. Yep. Now, I think he's closing out on damn near everybody on the perimeter. He's done a really good. I think he's been better at it than Asar has, no disrespect. Like, I think he's been really good at closing out on perimeter shooting, which has been, again, a problem of his over his first few seasons.
That's a great point, bro.
Yes, absolutely, Sarah. No question.
Great point. Go ahead, Sarah. Go ahead, boss.
I was just agreeing with Eric. Like, we needed that from him tonight. Like, we needed him on the court for the perimeter defense, which we just lacked most of the night. Like, I cannot believe how many uncontested threes Markkanen had.
Yeah.
Every single one, basically.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not saying that Ivy would be on Markkanen, but I'm just saying the fact that nothing's being contested. Keontae George isn't being contested. These guys aren't being contested. And when they are, we're fouling them. So.
Right. Go ahead, E.
And I selfishly want to take a victory lap because somebody told me that I couldn't earlier in the game. When Ivy knocked down 2 threes and had a nice contest on defense, I said, hey, you're getting great offense and defense from Ivy right now. And someone said, it's too soon to take a victory lap, bro. He's going to be a negative plus minus before the end of the game. I'm like, so hold up.
The voice.
You can negatively predict what he's going to do, but I can't give him credit for what he's actually doing as we speak right now. Okay. So this dude is making us look great right now. Ivy, I'm proud of you, big dog. Keep it going for the Pistons' sake and for our sake, because I'm feeling good being selfish right now.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, big homie.
Yeah, poke your chest out for sure, bro. For sure. After the game.
Someone from your Twitter feed is here.
Is he?
I don't know, but the Baby Cakes 9976 has not been sold on Ivy through this conversation.
Bro, your name is Baby Cakes. I'm sorry. We're not
still
going to take
anti-Ivy.
Your name is Baby Cakes 9976. I'm sorry.
It must be from Eric's Twitter.
I'm sorry. That might be.
Man, yeah.
You might be right, boss. But again, this is Baby Cakes we're talking about. So
if you're watching him play and you find negatives, then you already had an idea going in. You weren't going to be happy with. You know what I mean? Like,
bruh,
there's no way. There's no way, bro.
Someone told me you make it hard for us to root for Ivy. What? Because I'm giving him credit for playing good basketball? How do you like? What you really go into that kind of zoo after snapping his leg? Like, bro, we not doing that. I don't get it. But
the fact that he's doing this already is crazy. Like we said this last year. Like we would have been seeing this last year had he not gotten hurt. This is the version of J.I. we would have seen defensively because he would have bought in just like everybody else did. It would have been the same thing. He just got a late start. And I said it before, guys, and we talked about two-way play. This is why I was saying last year that I thought he could have been a semblance of our version of Jalen Williams. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like, go watch some J-Dub film, guys. Watch him play. Their games are similar. Jay Williams is a great defender, but you see that J.I. has the ability to approach that level, man, especially if he's watching film like Eric just brought out with Coach Burleson, like studying that end of the floor because he's known to be an offensive player. If he commits to that end, like effort-wise and tactically, like technically as well, as far as the IQ piece and understanding and things like that, he can be that guy.
Yeah.
That two-way demon on the he's got the athleticism, he's got the speed in the street, he's got the shooting ability. I don't know what people aren't seeing when it comes to him being that guy at his peak. So,
I mean, even when we've had him in other seasons, he's just a guy that I would, he's great at stealing. He's great at disrupting. Like tonight he had a block. That's not something that we need from him, but to cut off, to stop the shooter, to contest shots, to get those steals, that's kind of who he is.
Yeah, baby cakes. Sorry, pal. Be mad if you want to. Take that somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't
We're
know, man.
Jaw fans, so
we'll leave it
Jaw
there.
didn't even break his leg and can't play like Ivy, so
I'm just waiting for the restriction to be lifted, bro. Because
I'm excited.
I just want to see the minutes kind of, even if it's incremental, I want to see them eventually increase.
Mm-hmm.
Like 14, like what he had, like 18, 19 last game. It's just like they're so sporadic and up and down. It's like you can't even get into a flow like that when you don't have that consistent those consistent minutes. So I'm just hoping he gets into a flow. He's allowed, because game to game you want to see those go up. Like I think we've seen them both like 20, like what, once?
Yeah, once.
And he's been hovering around like the 14 to 18, like I don't know.
Boston or Milwaukee, yeah, one of the two.
Yeah, I think it was Boston game. Yeah, go ahead, Boston.
And he's been getting, I feel like his momentum has been starting earlier, because that was the whole thing, is like, extend his minutes, give him a few minutes to warm up, and he comes in already warm, like we saw today. He started his first possession with an assist and then hit his 3 the next possession. Like,
yeah,
he's ready.
I think he's ready, man. I do.
Well, ready in terms of, I think, getting into the game and immediately being able to contribute.
Oh, got you. Like right away.
But yeah. I just can't, I'm not his doctor. I'm not physician. I can't just be like, yeah, he's ready to play a full game, because I don't know. Because like Eric says, there's a lack of transparency in some areas.
Well, somebody said
doctor, so it's, he knows more than we do. It's all good.
right. Yeah,
Baby Cakes got the scoop, clearly.
It's just for me, even if you're gonna have him on restriction, to go a full quarter and not play him, to me, that's the puzzling part. Like we've seen him in, I think, back-to-back games where he hasn't even snipped the fourth quarter at all.
I don't get it.
I don't get that. Even if you're gonna spread him out, 3 a quarter or 4 a quarter, to not see him at all is puzzling, especially when you already have 14 going into the fourth quarter. So I don't know. That's strange for me, but hopefully we get something on that soon, because it is a little frustrating, bro. Like it's very frustrating to see him play, to be one of the best players tonight and not even play 15 minutes. It's strange to me. So we'll leave it there, guys. Let's go to our last guy, Dana Jenkins. He has 6 points tonight, guys, on 2 for 7 shooting, 2 of 4 from 3, 2 assists, 1 turnover, 3 steals from Tink in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Boss, take off on what you saw from Dana Jenkins tonight.
Yeah, he started a little slow. Me and you were both kind of like, this doesn't look like Dana's that we know.
He struggled a little bit.
And then he cleaned it up, and he had those 2 big threes near the end. The 3 steals were huge. He was putting on pressure on defense. Even the one that was challenged, like, he was there. It was, too close to call for them to turn it over, but he was adamant about it. He just, gave out all effort. And when he wasn't hitting the shots, he just turned those into assists. So, and defense. And I appreciated what I saw from him. I kind of understand why he wasn't in later, even though he was hot though. So I don't know, but yeah, I liked what I saw from Dennis. He did, start a little slow, finish off strong, was the Danis that we know and to see. But then again, like you said about Ivy, can't really get into much more of a rhythm if you're not playing a lot. So just 9 minutes is a little bit too low for my take with Danis.
Yeah. What about you, Evany? What'd you see from Tink tonight?
I think he was better defensively than offensively tonight. Really didn't have much of a rhythm. I really wanted him to hit that 3 that he got off of that steal. I think that could have just tipped and changed so much for him.
Yes.
But I don't know. I don't want to rip him or like kind of go too crazy, because to me, what's really puzzling to me about the bench is when, granted, I understand they're playing some of the same guys, but JB isn't playing them with the same people to kind of get a bit of a rhythm. It seems like he's just kind of throwing in random names and then just seeing who fits with what. Like, it's not like you're seeing, okay, Ivy and Karras or Ivy and Dennis play good with Duran and Tobias, or like there's no consistent flow to that. So I think they're all kind of just really learning on the fly and just trying to do the best they can. Even with Dennis's minutes, like I think he should be a consistent player at this point off the bench for him, and he's not really getting that. So again, I don't think he was great tonight personally, but I don't think he's in a position where he's able to kind of get a bit of that rhythm to be as consistent as we're looking for him to be. So he made some good plays, kind of missed some shots. I personally thought he did get that steal that they challenged, because it looked like he hit it first and it kind of tapped off of, was it Keontae's hands or was it
Sanders? I think it was Keontae.
Sensible.
Sensible, yeah, that's the name I was thinking of. But yeah, I forgot who it was, but I think he was okay. He wasn't great, wasn't terrible, but again, just based on the circumstances, he did what he could. I mean,
he wasn't detrimental to he wasn't the reason we lost.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Yeah, I actually felt like he was a big reason why I didn't get away in the third quarter. Like the first few plays of the game were he just couldn't get it to go his way. Where he just could not. He missed an open midi. Had the bad foul and 3-point shot. You could tell he was really just trying to get something going. It just was not going. But you guys mentioned it. Javonte hit 2 big threes, and then he hit 2 big threes. So I know he missed the third one, but he did make the first 2 before that, right? That'd have been nice to go 3 for 3 like J.I. did, but he went 2 for 3. So I'm not really mad at that in that stretch. But after that 3 ball, there was a big play where on the last play of the third quarter, the Jazz, this is after his 3-point shot, the Jazz tried to get up the court for the last shots, about 8-7 seconds left, and they had a head. I forgot who it was. May have been Keontae. Had a head of steam coming right at Cade, and Cade got beat on the cross to the rim. And nobody was at the rim. But guess who came over to swipe the ball away? Danis. Like, that would have been an easy run-out dunk or layup. But he made that. So he made those kind of plays, I felt. And then in the fourth quarter, he picked up another steal. After JD had closed out too hard on Nurkic on a 3-point attempt, put the ball on the floor, Danis just took it away and started another break. So I thought he made a lot of heads-up plays, especially after that first rough stretch of like 2 minutes. From that point forward, I thought he played really, really good. Just the energy. It reminded me of the Dallas game, how he just came in, not playing in the first half at all. Second half, he just comes in and makes an impact. So once again, 9 minutes, it's hard to get into a rhythm when you don't play at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes a game. So I thought he stayed ready.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Okay. And one more thing, I'm going to go back to this for a second. As far as I saw somebody saying, the Jalen Williams, Jaden Ivey comparison is crazy. I'm just going to run off some stats real quick as far as Jalen Williams this year. I know he had a little injury, but so did J.I., obviously. Jalen Williams is averaging 17 points this year on 45% overall, 35% from 3, 85 from the free throw line, 5 assists, 1 steal, and half a block. Why can't Jaden do that?
Jaden already has a higher 3-point percentage.
Why can't he do that? 17 points, a steal, 45% overall from the field. I don't understand. I feel like he can give you all the same things. So I know the name is there, but and also if you look at who else is on that team around him, he's got 2 other All-Stars with him. One of them being the MVP of the league. So it's a lot easier to play well when you got a Chet Holmgren who's an All-Star, a Shea who's a MVP, right? It's easier to play well with those guys there. And so I'm just saying, it's not impossible for him to get there. Go ahead.
I feel like there was just a little laggy on here, so I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you good.
I feel like I've said this before. We both said it. Like with what Jaden's putting in 14 minutes, and Jalen Williams out here having close to 30. If you just double
30 minutes, he's playing.
Yeah, if you just double it,
bro.
Like if he's just as productive and consistent, then he's beating those numbers. And that's not just today. That's over the last 2 games that he's played. If you double the minutes and he stayed consistent like that, it would be more than those numbers. So
exactly,
it's just more about time on the floor. And I'm curious how many Williams plays, because I know the SGA isn't really a fourth quarter thing, and I won't get into it, but we should talk about sometime the Spurs because they've been fun against OKC.
Oh my gosh, we can get to it real quick if y'all want. I want to get to this real quick, and we can get to that. Fast Kim says, when is Dennis going to be? That's a great question. That's a great question. Are you? Because he's. I think once you get to February, he's going to be approaching that number of games where he can't really play anymore as a 2-way guy, I believe. Right. So are they just kind of waiting to see? I don't know. Who knows? It's hard to really say right now.
We've talked about it's like he has limited time to play, limited games to play, and then you play him for 4 to 9 minutes. Makes no sense.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I need to get a little bit more understanding from where JB's like mindset is. Again, by the time All-Star break gets here, you kind of want to have some set rotations and you want to figure some stuff out. Again, I'm fine with them tinkering with some things, but I want to see some consistency start to develop because again, by the time All-Star break and March gets around, you want to be peaking and playing your best basketball and knowing who your guys are. And I think Davis has been their best backup point guard this season, so they kind of got to figure that out soon.
I think that this road trip, I mean, I can't assume anything because I've been wrong before, but I think this road trip is a test for something. So for some people, this is our first big test because even, we played hard teams. We haven't played hard teams back to back. After this road trip, I think we have like the Heat, then the Knicks, then someone else. Like it's kind of a tougher East one, but this is our first big one with West teams on the West Coast, road trip over the holidays with, like 3 out of 5, good teams. And again, the Jazz have been keeping it close. They've had 2 overtime games in the last 5 games. They're just a very high scoring team. They almost beat they lost to the Cavs by 2. They lost to Atlanta by 2. Like they can play well. They're
talented.
They're not as bad as they look.
I agree.
But usually they can't finish. And that's where we usually
shine.
Yeah. So
you're right.
I don't know.
Just one of those games, man. Yeah, but the house is not on fire. No need to panic. We're 24-7. But this is a bad game. Every team has bad games. We're 2-1 on the road trip. We're fine.
And I'm curious to see, these next few games. People always say the East is wide open because, Tatum's injured and this person's injured, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, these next 2 games the teams are missing big guys. The Clippers are missing Zubac. So you would think that we would do some paint interior play, and then the Lakers are missing Austin Reeves.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So so there's kind of no, if that's the excuse we're using for us in the East to jump ahead, then that's kind of how we have to look at this. And I would hope that they clean it up. And yeah, I'm not panicking. If we had gone 5-0, it would have been a little crazy. And this is the team that I thought would.
Boss did pick this one. She picked this game, guys, to be the loss of all 5.
The Jazz will give us problems.
So I gotta give her flowers for that.
George is always giving us problems. So when we're not on it, like we weren't tonight in the second half, it's not going to be easy.
Spiral said, "We are not 24/7 bad." I'm screaming.
No way. Oh, we that bad.
No way. We are not jumping off the boat.
I'd say we're like 27 and like 4 bad or 20.
You know what I mean? Or 26-5 like OKC. Right? Who lost a couple games. So like everybody loses games. Right? There's no need to overreact. We want to win every game, but this is not gonna happen. Not gonna play great.
The Nuggets also lost to the Jazz. Just so you know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So, everybody loses a team you're not supposed to and win games you're not supposed to as well. Especially young teams. That's what young teams do at times. So, all right, you guys want to get to some Nuggets, or not Nuggets, but OKC Spurs talk real quick? Y'all mentioned it, so I'm open. It's up to y'all. I know y'all said y'all wanted to. It's up to y'all. Did you want to get into that, boss, or even?
I just love this. The Spurs are exciting, and the Spurs are, a team that I always hated because they were such a rivalry for us in the early 2000s. Like the Tim Duncan eras, like we lost to them in the Eastern Conference Finals and the final, or not the Eastern Conference, the finals. But I just really like what they're doing. I love Wemby. I love that he's a hater, but like he backs it up.
I mess with Wemby. I like Wemby a lot.
Because Chet is also on my list, so I agree with him there.
I love Wemby.
But Stephon Castle has been really fun. Vassell has been really fun.
Harper is nice too, man. I like Dylan Harper. Nice rookie. De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, he's fitting in
guard
really
play,
well.
man. Sheesh.
Even Harrison Barnes is fitting well. Keldon Johnson.
Great vets.
It's fun. They're
a good team.
They're like the West Coast us, honestly, in terms of depth.
Yeah.
They don't like it tonight. But in some of the games that we played really well, like they just really can put in anyone and that person can go out there and make stuff happen. And they've been fun to watch and beating OKC has just been, and I think what did J-Dub say the other day? They asked him like what happened or whatever. And like, oh, would they have like a 7-5 alien? And then people were like, well, I mean, but he was on minutes restriction.
Right.
And he wasn't even Castle has been really carrying the load for that team, but they're just been fun to watch, and I enjoy their takedowns, especially OKC, the Thunder in the Nuggets division. So
I love it. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, man. They seem like they have their number for sure. Go ahead, E.
I just love seeing a rivalry being brewed up again. The
Mm-hmm.
league needs
So true.
more
So true.
rivalries, more
That's a
hate,
fact.
So
more
true.
hate in the league. Stop slapping heads. I'm tired of seeing guys, talking like this after the game, being BFFs. I'm tired of it. Brace some
bro.
hate. Let's see it. And Wemby is spearheading all of it against OKC. I love it. When he went back to the presser and they had the Gatorade on the table, he's like, "Oh hell no!" Making fun of
hell
Jalen
no.
Williams. Bro, that Jones
Yeah.
hilarious. I want to see more hate in the NBA and seeing young teams in front of it too. I love it, man. Let's keep it going.
If they play them in the playoffs, that could be a problem.
Low-key.
I'm not gonna lie, man. If the Spurs draw the Thunder in the playoffs, that could be a serious problem. That could be why it looks like the Spurs keep kind of going at Wemby, or the Thunder keep kind of going at Wemby's knees. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but Lou Dort,
that was nasty.
Shea,
Yeah.
like what in the world, bro? Come on, man. I know he's 7 feet, but I ain't trying to hear that. Well, that's just inadvertent because he's so tall. No, bro. You don't know. If you play basketball, you know the difference, bro. No.
Dort, I think, Stu gets a bad rep, and Dort does get a bad rep in a sense from fans, but not from the media like Stu does. But Dort is dirty.
That's the thing. Like, Stu ain't trying to hurt nobody.
Right.
He's not trying to injure people. Diving at their legs and aiming for their legs. Like, it's levels to it. It's levels to it, man. He's not trying to sideline you for weeks or months.
Mm-hmm.
He's just trying to take you out of the game and maybe put you out of the game for tonight. But it's just different. Crush says, listen, Nuggets, Spurs, or OKC Thunder will be seeded. What does seeded mean? What's seeded mean?
We'll be seeded.
We'll be not eliminated, like knocked out.
Get your popcorn ready.
Okay, okay.
Watch it, like he'll be there.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
it's gonna be fun out west. Go ahead.
Yesterday, and so because I think Crud brought it up and wanted me to talk about it. Yesterday, again, I got to witness history, the first ever 55-15-15 game.
Yeah, that's insane, bro. That's insane, bro. Like he's approaching. To me,
Jamal Murray 9 threes.
That's my second favorite point guard in the league after K. I've been saying that forever. He's never been an all-star. Crazy.
Without Gordon, without Christian Brown, like
that's my pick for the finals.
Tim Hardaway's been popping off. He started slow and then he went crazy, which I just love to see him. But
go ahead.
I need to see that MVP ranking change. Jokic is unbelievable.
It's crazy.
It don't make no sense, bro.
Yesterday, sorry.
No, you go. That's your team. You actually go ahead.
I was just going to say yesterday, he had a lot of free throws, especially near the end. They were calling him a flopper. He was drawing fouls, stuff like that. I will say that he hates Gobert. Like he hates Gobert.
Rightfully so.
So that was some of the issue there too, is why he was being a little dramatic. But it's like, okay, well, so you can say Shea does that, but then Shea's not putting up 15 rebounds and 15 assists a game either.
Nah, Jokic is the best player in the world, bro.
It's absolutely nuts.
No question. Yes, no question. Yes.
And so it's been just incredible to witness because you see some of them are just basic assists, but he has those behind the back. And I sent you the video.
Yeah.
But I've caught it on video a couple of times of him. He's literally just out there screaming at his teammates to get in position. And I had to find it on hopefully the TV, but I didn't get it on camera. But there was one moment where towards the end of the game where the Wolves were trying to inbound and Spencer Jones was on, I want to say it was like McDaniels or maybe even Edwards. And he was standing there and Jokic like literally was like walked up to him and like moved him to position him, like how to defend him. And then Spencer Jones has a smile on his face. But Jokic is just directing. His IQ is just smart, just nuts. And again, when the Pistons play the Nuggets, I hate the Nuggets. But but anyone else, it's just amazing basketball. And just the Timberwolves are to the Nuggets as the Bucks are to the Pistons. Like the Timberwolves just have a number.
That's the thorn in their side.
Took it away again yesterday. So it was a very fun game, but just history, guys. Like I look at some of the like little kids in the crowd. I'm like, do they even realize what they're seeing?
They don't.
It's like, this is it's just nuts. And I got to see an Ant ejection, which was fun.
Yeah.
Bear foul out.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Jokic is so good that you have Ant resorting to antics at the end of the game. Did y'all see that when Jokic was at the line and he's just like trying to like mess with hands? Mm-hmm. And then when he didn't, and Jokic, he was trying to mess with his focus. And Jokic goes to the line, free throw, and you can see Ant like he's just so fresh. Like that didn't work. Like he's unflappable. He's unflappable, bro. Yeah. Like I think Ant just realizes, like we do, like how good this dude is and how hard he is to put down. But
did you guys see some of the mic'd up with Tim Hardaway guarding him?
No, I didn't.
There's some stuff going around. And he was like mic'd up because Ant had an air ball, a pretty bad one, and it was contested, but not enough to be an air ball. And he was like talking to Tim Hardaway about how he's like, what did they expect me to hit the rim with that? Like, that was my air ball. That was my air ball move. And then they were laughing, and he had this crazy move, and even Tim was like, ooh, that was nice. Like, he's definitely, you know, and can be fun, but he can get just as angry too. So
yeah, for sure. Chris, I missed him, but I'm glad he's doing great things in Denver. I second that, bro.
And they love him. Denver loves him. He could make one of his threes at a crucial moment, and Denver's like, just give him everything.
Yeah,
they're not as hard on him as we were. Like, if he had bad games, they're just like, oh, that's okay. But also, like, we have guys like Jokic and Murray and Gordon who can help with that. But
you know what I'm saying?
Love Tim Hardaway, and he's been starting for us with some of these injuries we've had too.
He hit one in the fourth that it made me think of the one he hit against the Knicks where they were rallying in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And then he comes up on the wing, knocks it out in transition, and the Nuggets went crazy. It just had me feel a little bit nostalgic, man. Y'all take care of the THJR for us over there.
He hit
for sure
in a row the other day, and it reminded me of the Miami overtime. I think it was the Miami one. Was it Miami? We went into overtime with the team, and he just took off and hit like 3 or 4 in a row.
He's fitting good right over there. He's just playing team basketball.
Yeah.
You know, they really can use what he has to offer, just shooting and movement and solid defense. So I'm happy for him. All right, guys, that's all we got, man, for tonight, man. So hopefully Pistons can bounce back. Let's quickly take a look at the schedule for the remaining games on this road trip.
Clippers play today. Let's see.
The Pistons have the Clippers on Sunday, and then the Lakers on Tuesday. So do you guys, chat and you guys, how do you think these last 2 games will play out? You got 2 dubs, 1-1, 0-2. What y'all thinking?
We're gonna win them both. That's what I think.
Okay.
And I think because we're gonna bounce back big from this game. This was not good, and I don't see us going 0-2 or 0-3 in a row. I think we at least have the Clippers, and I have good sense about the Lakers because the Lakers just lost pretty badly. They play, and I've watched.
Oh my God.
They play no defense.
You said that.
No, like not even a little bit. Like Jackson Hayes every now and then, but like barely. So if we can't play defense like we play defense tonight, but the last few games, the way we've been playing defense, we'll just run over the Lakers, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, JJ Redick was on one last night, man, talking about the lack of effort defensively.
Did you see LeBron? Like, he was worse than JD. He stayed back for an entire possession to talk.
And Luka, I think Luka did too. He thought he got fouled and just stayed on the floor. Took like 5 seconds getting up.
Well, that will be the only thing for us is like, because we do lead the leagues in fouls, is that they will probably get to the line a lot.
That's what I was concerned about.
But that's been happening with a lot of teams. So as long as we're making our shots, even tonight with the Jazz, like. We went 4 minutes without scoring. That's on us. That's not on the Jazz, getting to the line. That's still on us. We're still first in the East leading in fouls. So it shouldn't be too bad. But again, the defense, I think I can also just see us making a lot of great plays on Luka and stuff. And was it Luka on the Mavs? We've gotten LeBron or Luka ejected before for complaining. Haven't we?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Not that I recall. Maybe. Okay.
But yeah.
I got him winning both games. I think, like Spiral says, we definitely need to run against the old Clippers. Got to get them old knees popping for sure.
The Clippers won tonight, by the way, against the Blazers.
I think we'll win both of those games. What do you think, E? What's your take?
I got the same. Yeah, I think Clippers might be a tougher game just because I think they're playing a lot better than the Lakers. Lakers played 0 defense. Luka, I think, is one of the most overrated players in the NBA, and I'm tired of seeing him third in MVP rankings.
I agree with you,
His numbers speak higher than how he actually plays. His numbers suit him better than they suit the team. I'm tired of watching Luka play, and I think Cade could put up a master class and kind of, to me, put a bit of an end to that comparison that the two of them did, because Cade, like, people just sleep on Cade playing defense, and Luka is a cone on defense. So if we can just kind of have that watched over, I would love to see that.
Yes. Okay, so boss, LeBron got ejected for the Stu fight. Obviously, is that the one you're talking about? I thought you were talking about like complaining.
I thought there was another one. I could also be thinking of the Nuggets game, but I thought for some reason we approached a game and I was a little like nervous about Luka, probably when he was on the Mavs. It might have been last year, but he ended up going out early. I feel like it was like I'll get back to you guys. But I also want to say I'm looking at the schedule. Oh, never mind.
So which game is on? Somebody mentioned Peacock. Said the game is on. We can't have another bad Peacock showing. Let me see.
Lakers, probably.
I don't see one here.
It might have gotten.
Maybe it got. But was it added? Maybe Heisenberg posted it, so I'm not sure. But either way,
right now,
if we go 4-1 on this trip, I'll be happy with that. Even 3-2 will still be a solid road trip. Having winning record on a road trip, of a 5-game road trip, that's still, I'll take that for sure. So either way, as long as we don't just lose 3 straight after winning 2 straight, I'll be happy with that.
So Brook Lopez without Zubac tonight against the Trailblazers, who also don't really have a huge reliable big, he scored 31 points. We're not going to let Brook Lopez score 31 points. So that's what I need from JD is whatever happened tonight, snap out of it. Yep. Because if you approach Brook Lopez in the paint like you have the past few games, then we should be able to make easy lobs, stuff like that. I don't even know who their backup after Brook Lopez is. So I don't know if we get, easy access for Stu down there.
Just stay attached at the 3-point line.
I just think
that's really it.
Obviously perimeter shooting and some stuff with Harden and everything, but I think that's a game where I want to, we attack the paint. And I guess same for Lakers because they have Jackson Hayes, who is still young and he hasn't done anything. You don't see his name in the media. He's not in like the slideshows of who had the best on the team. He doesn't. Yeah. He's a good role player for the stars around him. But so these next 2 games should be very paint dominated games for Asar and for Jaden and for Stu and for anyone to get into the paint. Cade, everybody, Ron.
I agree. So we'll see, guys. We'll see. All right. So before we get out of here, I want to make sure that everybody knows how they can stay in touch with you because you have been very insightful again, my brother, tonight. So go ahead and let everybody else know how we can stay attached and tapped in with what you're doing.
Not to Baby Cakes, Mr. Evil Tyler Perry name. He don't think I've been very insightful. For everybody else that's appreciated me, I appreciate your time. Tap in with me on all social media at I am Eric Vincent. You can follow my YouTube page, Top Title Detroit. And you can, of course, follow all my beat reporting on clutchpoints.com and all Detroit Pistons away games. Again, I don't travel with the team as a beat reporter. I stream all the Pistons games and give my little commentary on liveonassist.com. You can follow me on there as well. I'll be having a nice breakdown of Baby Cakes' favorite Easter outfits coming up soon. So make sure y'all tap in with me there. Appreciate y'all time.
I love it.
Shots fired, bro. Oh, man. So I know who won't be there.
That's cool.
Man, y'all ain't got this dude.
Grown man named Baby Cakes. I'm not taking that serious. Sorry.
All right, man. Y'all, that's Eric went in for no reason. I'm screaming, man. All right. We're going to leave it there, man. We're going to leave it there. So listen, guys. The Pistons play the Clippers in the next game. That is going to be on Sunday on the road. So hopefully we can rebound and get a dub there. But as always, guys, we appreciate you guys showing up and showing out as you guys always do. And we will holler at you guys Sunday night post game after hopefully the Pistons get a W against the Clips. So without further ado, y'all know the drill, man. Appreciate y'all. In Detroit versus everybody. Peace.
All the dirty work, all dog. I'ma dive on the floor, go try to block every shot, and I'ma be physical with you the whole game. You know Stu gonna be physical with you. When you think of the Pistons, you think it's just hard work and just gritty basketball. That's just the identity you gotta have when you put on that jersey.
I'm not your average breed of canine. Not a good dog, I'm bad boy for life. I set the tone, don't care about no tick. Let it be known, I get my respect. Come in the lane and see I don't bluff. If you retaliate, that's on ya. Talking pundits, I hear you're ashamed. Talking that shop, you must run this way. Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, Tryna tell ya, if the dog palm, mess around, find out, For some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that. When you're ready for some barbecue sauce, boy, you better cough a hill, cause I'm like that.